In this video, I want to cover the basic SEO setup. I'm not going to give you a long tutorial on how I think you should do your SEO for your website on a page-by-page basis, but basically just show you the tools you need. WordPress's software is not going to come installed with SEO software. You're going to have to add it, and fortunately there are many free plugins that are very good for it, and many themes offer built-in SEO configuration options also. So I'm going to cover two plugins, and I'm also going to cover show you a theme that also has a built-in SEO. And when we start off here, what we're going to see on this particular site is I got this huge warning, SEO issue blocking. What this means is you're not going to get this warning for every SEO plugin I'm using Yoast, so you may not necessarily see that. What I've done here is I've checked this box, discourage search engines from indexing this site, which means basically I'm hiding the site from the search engines, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's under development. It's not ready to launch. So if you are building your site, you may check that, but just don't forget to uncheck it. Okay, for this site, I'm using the plugin Yoast SEO, and it's quite a comprehensive SEO plugin, and it's free. And what we want to do is we want to start off and set our titles and meta titles. Basically, SEO using these tools is setting what your meta title is for your site, which is telling the search engine what is the topic, the keyword of your website, and then your meta description, an expanded description of your website, and that's it. And the reason we call it meta is it's basically these tools communicate with the search engines so that they know what your site is about, and if you don't do that, you're not going to have that communication set up. So that's what we're doing here. So here basically we want to go to, there's tabs along here on the Yoast, and I'm not going to show you every SEO plugin. I'm just going to show you two so you just get an idea how they work. So basically it's telling me check that you can edit the page itself to do my meta SEO. And this is how simple it is. Look at this. What I really like about this Yoast thing is it actually shows me how it's going to show up in the search engines, and that's really cool because you could the visual can really help you improve your copy. This is still a work in progress. So I've got my title here, and I've got my meta description here, and this is a local website I'm building. And that's it. My meta description is a little bit tall because I'm getting the ... so I may have to work on that. So that's going to be my home page. All right, this is the home page, so that's going to be my home page meta information. All right, and any if we add a post, for instance, I'm not getting up there. There we go. We'll add a post and check this out. So you want to do this for every page and post you create, unless you want to no index it. So let's say I created a new blog post. I would create a new title, a new description. I could put a keyword in there if I wanted to, but I don't bother. And then publish. So you want to make sure you do this for every page and post you do. Now, let's say you want to hide a particular page from the search engines. You don't want it to get placed indexed in the search engines. You can do an advanced. Now check this out. You can meta robots no follow, and you can no index. Okay, meta robots no index. That means you're keeping it out of the search engines, and you might do that for like your privacy policy page and your terms and conditions and those types of pages. So, or if you're doing you do multiple similar pages for testing purposes, you can no index them as well. So that's the Yoast plugin, and it's just added in your add new plugins. Install it and activate it, you're ready to go. Another plugin that I use here is called Ultimate SEO. It's a little bit simpler, but it does the same job. So I have my modules here. Basically, you want to look at this. Basically is for setup. I want to do my meta descriptions here. There we go. My blog homepage. There we go. There's my meta description. My title is going to be set out by now I'm going through this. I definitely, there's my meta title that I've set up. Every SEO plugin is going to work a little bit differently. Now, I want to show you a way that you can double check to make sure that you have set it up properly. And it's always a good idea to double check this out, especially when you're starting out. Go to your home page and right click, and you go to view page source. Now this is all your code, and what we're looking for are two things. We're looking for title. We're looking for this title tag right there with end title, and we want to make sure that the optimized title we want for the website is in there, and mine is, so I'm happy with that. The other thing we want to check is description. So I'm just doing a find function here I think you might not see that. You can see this right here. I'm just doing a Control F just to give me a find function. Each browser will do that differently. But here we are. Look, okay, this is what you want. You want meta name, description, and then your content. And you want your description to show up here. And there it is. It's in there, and I'm happy with that. And so I've set it up right. So always double check that when you're starting out. And you can check it for each page and post that you publish. So that's Ultimate SEO. You can just see it on each page and post. It shows up, so I can optimize each page and post. And here it is. You can see it's quite a bit simpler than the Yoast. And then miscellaneous, I can no index and no follow if I want to keep it out of the search engines. And one other one is the built-in one for Genesis. Now, generally speaking, and I use a lot of themes. I don't just use Studio Press. I use them the most, but like for elegant themes, Karma, pretty much any theme I've ever used, Headway, Catalyst, they have built-in SEO configuration. I don't use theirs. I just use a plugin. I use the Yoast or the all-in-one, generally are my preferred. One exception is the Studio Press plugin, and I believe Yoast actually contributed to the development of this. It's not, I mean the Studio Press Genesis SEO options. It's not a plugin. It's built into the theme. You don't have to use it. You can add a plugin. It's really good. I like it, so I use it. So check this out. We go under Genesis, and we got our SEO settings. So we got a full-blown setup here for how the home page and the site's going to behave SEO-wise. And here's, I got my doc title for the home page and my meta description, and that's all good. By default, it will have all this set up, and you know, I'm not going to advise you how you want to set up your SEO. I'm just showing you the tools that you're going to need to do it. And then you press save. And then again, if I add a new post or page, I'm going to have my theme SEO. I got my title, description. I can no index, no follow, no archive right there. And I'm pretty much good to go there. I'm going to end this SEO video here on a tool that can be very, very handy, and it's called, I believe it's called the SEO Data Transport plugin. It's under Studio Press. It's a Studio Press plugin. It's free. And we just go to plugins. SEO Data, here we go, SEO Data Transporter. Now, what this does is, let's say you started a website and you use Genesis and you use their SEO configuration panel, and you decide to change themes and you want to switch it to Elegant Themes or Squirrel or something free or whatever. The trouble with if you use the built-in SEO for the particular theme is when you transfer your theme, all your SEO data is going to be basically eliminated or taken out of there, and you're going to have to re-enter it. Now, if you have 5 pages, not a big deal. If you have 100 pages on your website, it's a ton of work, and I've done it. That's one huge advantage to using a plugin, because the plugin will stay with the website. If you switch themes, the plugin SEO data is all there. So that's a real pro for the plugins. But if you use the theme, so what you can do is if you use the Genesis SEO stuff and you want to switch the themes, you use the data transporter. And what that does is it basically will store your SEO data, and then when you install another theme and then you install a SEO plugin, it will migrate that SEO data, the titles and the meta descriptions over into that. It's very simple to use. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with every single theme on the market, but it works with a lot of the big themes. And generally what I do is I transport from a plugin to the new Genesis theme or vice versa. That's how I do it. But if you want to avoid any of this mess, just go with the plugin and you can switch themes as much as you want and not worry about losing your SEO information.